What does it mean to be a teacher? Teaching and learning, we often treat it as if it was all one word, because both seem to go together. But it raises the question, can we teach without learning? And can we learn without teaching? To both questions, the answer is yes, because to be a good teacher, you have to absolutely understand the nature, the place, the environment of children's learning. We often refer to the 5 W's plus H, the what of learning, which is not necessarily the most important, because there's also the when, the where, the how, the who with, and the big question, why? I'm standing beside the apple tree, under which, it is said, Isaac Newton once sat and received an apple on his head, prompting the question, why did the apple fall down instead of up? And it is through asking the question why that we begin to learn. When we come into the profession, we often give attention to what we teach, the content we wish to get across. But as we gain experience, we begin to ask deeper questions. The how? How do we engage our students? How do they learn best? Who are the key influences in children's learning? Their parents, brothers, sisters, or classmates? We know something from research about the powerful peer effect. What kind of environment encourages or motivates children to want to learn? And what can you do as a teacher to create an environment for learning? George Drew talks about this issue in the Ghanaian context.
Generally, classrooms in Ghana, little opportunities exist for students to interact freely among themselves during the teaching and learning process. Through this platform, you will be helped to know how to make your learners more active in the teaching and learning process. You will also be helped to understand conditions that promote learning in the classroom. And finally, you'll be helped to develop skills of making learning enjoyable to your pupils or students.
When do you judge it as time to stop teaching, to take stock, to listen, to learn more about your craft? And you must never stop asking why and encouraging your students to ask why, because when they stop asking why is when they stop learning. It's a legacy of the greatest thinkers that they never stopped asking questions. I'm here in Christ College with a former student, Charles Darwin to you, and Charles Darwin never stopped asking the question how. He didn't always get it right the first time, but his question was, how did we get here? How did we become the human beings we are? And he might have said, if at first you fail, try again, fail better.
Things are always changing in education. In Malaysia, for example, there are new policies, reforms, and expectations. Also, there is so much of new knowledge and understanding about teaching and learning and how people learn. Therefore, it is vital that teachers keep themselves abreast of these developments. Personally, I feel gratified as a teacher that I'm able to do a far superior job. I aspire to turn my students as better learners themselves. As a teacher, it is the best reward that I could achieve.